So let me begin from the front. So the Type R looks a lot more different than the standard Civic. So you get this difference of the grille out here, and the badges of the Honda are in red, and then you also get the Type R out here. You get LED headlight cluster, LED DRLs and turn signals and everything, and there is also this vent. It's not actually a vent, more of just the plastic stuff to make the front bumper look a lot more sportier. There's also another big grille that has been given out here, that same vent on the sides, and there's also another vent which is actually a functional one. So it's got this grille design plastic one, so it helps in additional cooling for the engine, so the air goes from inside and comes out from the top. On the sides you get 19-inch alloy rims in this black color, matte black design, then again red color Honda badging, and in the front you get the Brembo brake disc. The side mirrors are power foldable, they are power adjustable, they also have the LED turn signals inside them, but there is no blind spot warning in here. The doors are keyless entry doors, and not just that, they are the smart keyless entry doors, so you walk away from the car, it will automatically lock the doors for you. But it sometimes is kind of annoying because the moment you walk a little away from the car, it just locks the doors for you. There are more vents given in here, and this Civic Type R is again a front wheel drive car. At the bottom you get this black color skirtings, in the back 19-inch rims, and then a more sportier looking rear end for sure. There's this big rear spoiler that you get, which is in plastic, but the bottom bit is, the stands are made out of aluminium, so they have to get you more downforce in here. And in the back you get these LED tail lights. They are a mixture of LED and halogen. So the turn signals are halogen, the reverse and everything is halogen, whereas the brake lights and the signature ones are the LEDs. There is no light bar in here, it's just normal plastic. Again, the Honda badging is in red, the Type R badging, and a big rear spoiler. This spoiler, you may think in terms of the rear visibility, might come in your view, but it's actually not too bad, because if you just scoot down a little, you can see that rear mirror, so the visibility is actually quite clear in that sense. And at the bottom you would find these three exhaust tips. The middle one is a slightly bigger one, and it's actually a metal one. It's actually hot, but I don't want to touch it. And there's also a black color diffuser at the bottom in glossy black plastic. Again, more vents which are given out here, but they are not, unfortunately, original vents. It's more to just make the bumper look much more sportier. Now, in terms of the boot space, when the rear seats are folded up, you can put 470 liters of luggage, and there's a bit of a step in here. That is because there's a spare wheel that has been given, a temporary one, but it's alright because the boot space is still quite decent. There's also a boot separator which is pretty fancy in that sense, and you can just slide it out, and yeah, it's made out of cloth, and you can put it back again, so it's always out of your way and never consuming a lot of space in that sense. So this is actually a cool idea. And there are more pocket storages on the sides, on either sides, and these rear seats are foldable in a ratio of 60:40. So just let me fold one. So when you fold down one of the seats, you can put 1212 liters of luggage in the back, and the boot door actually opens like a completely single piece, which is why it's called the hatch instead of a sedan. So this actually gives you a lot of bigger boot opening in here, so you can stuff in a lot of luggage. And there are also scuff plates that are given, and a bit of a lip in here, but the whole boot floor is slightly raised up, so putting your luggage in and out is going to be quite easier. And this boot door is manually operated, so yeah, you really have to give this a little bit of a push in order to close it. Now let's jump inside the interior and see what's new. So welcome on the inside of the new Civic Type R, and the first thing is, a lot of interior bits are quite similar to the standard Civic, apart from these quite bright red seats and the carpet. I'm going to come to that, but let me switch on the car first. So as you see, this is a manual car. So this Civic Type R comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that produces 320 horsepower and 450 Newton meters of torque, and this engine is mated to a 6-speed manual transmission, which is why there's a 3 pedal. I'm sure A lot of people would be quite happy to see this. So let me press and start the engine, and let me put on some aircon too, because boy, it is super hot. If you want to see how hot it is, it's 37. And what's the time? It's nearly 6. Yeah. So let me start off with the material quality. There is soft touch material on the dashboard. There's a Type R plates out here, and then there is this mesh out here, honeycomb mesh. Behind those there are these vents, pretty cool. Even on the normal Civic they were given like this, so I really like this arrangement. It's very clever. It hides away all the vents in here, also gives an element of design to the dashboard. There's this gray color plastic trim given out here, and the door cards, they have mood lights in here, and then soft touch material in here. The switches are all plastic out here. There is suede kind of material where you're going to be resting your hand. Only at the bottom is just normal plastic. Even out here there's plastic, but a good quality plastic. This gear shifter is made out of aluminum. Yeah, quite strong, and yeah, in the day it becomes quite hot also in the direct sun. I'm going to come to these switches also in a bit. And there is a driver's display that you get, which is a 12.3 inch driver's display, so you can change a lot more things in here by using this dial. So when I do that, yeah, you can switch your different media modes, and on this dial you can change your information that you see: average speed, compass, navigation, and all of that stuff. And in the middle there's speed, and then this car, that's actually an actual Type R vehicle that is seen. So even when you press brakes, yeah, see the lights come on. When I turn the signal, yeah, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, but yeah, the screen actually looks a little simple in that sense, but when you put it in the Type R mode, I will show you that it actually becomes pretty good. And there are also these shift lights which are given on top, so they help you to, you know, change gears when you reach a certain RPM, which is the maximum rev limiter. So when you hit that, it comes into the center, and then you can change the gears. Now when you come to this steering wheel, this is an Alcantara covered steering wheel with the red stitching, and then again a red color Honda badging in here. This steering wheel is manually adjustable, which is your tilt and telescopic. The steering wheel actually feels pretty solid to hold and very sporty in that sense. It's just round completely, and on the right side you would find the buttons for your adaptive cruise control given out here, and also the buttons to change the display on that center dial on the right side, and the buttons on the left side are for your media controls, and also to change the information on the left dial out here. But yeah, overall the steering design is rather nice. And when you come to the air conditioning, again straightforward button operated air conditioning system has been given. So you just press the button for on and off, that's it, and then the dials on either side. So you get dual zone air conditioning system on this Type R. Again, that is just borrowed from the standard Civic, so it's pretty easier to use. The dials are illuminated, they feel super solid, and hear them out. Yeah, quite good. Yeah. And when you come to this infotainment screen, you get a 9-inch colorful display, and there are shortcut buttons given out here for your home, back, and your volume dial and track changer, and then color coded options on your screen. The logos are all color coded: vehicle settings in yellow, media controls in blue, the phone controls in green, and everything. And at the bottom, more shortcut buttons. And also there is this Honda log R option, so when you press that, you can see the different values of your temperature, oil temperature, your turbo pressure, your data logging, and everything. If you're going to be tracking this car, your G meter and everything, so that is all out here. Your data log and everything is shown in here, so you can start that data log whenever you are tracking this car. So that's more like purposeful, you know, option. So if you're going to be tracking this car a lot, then. And there's also the inbuilt navigation system, and in terms of the connectivity, you can connect to this infotainment system using the Bluetooth. There's also the USB, and there is also the wired Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. So that's the only thing, like one of it is wireless and the other one isn't. That's a bit of a surprise. And in terms of the charging, you get 2 standard USB ports given out here, and one 12 volt 180 watt power socket. That's about it. No USB ports in the back, but there's also a wireless charger that has been given. And then you come to this nice bit of stick out here. So a lot of you may remember, like, this is a manual stick. Yeah, such a satisfying thing for a lot of enthusiasts. And also if you like cars, I mean, yes, this is the sort of thing you want to look at. And there is also this R button and different driving modes. So with this you can switch to 3 different driving modes, which is your comfort, then there is your sport, and there is also the individual mode. And you can press it like this, and you can even press the R button and switch to the R mode. So the R mode changes the screen driver's display from that normal dials into this sort of, yeah, you see, it turns it into like a very red color thing, and plus R mode in here, and then your gears are in the middle, rev counter on top, and the speed is shown on this side. You can customize this display also and see what you're doing on either side. So the dials which were there, the information is still there at the bottom, so that you can change from here. Now in terms of the speakers, you get 12 speaker Bose music system on this Civic Type R. And in terms of the storage, you can put about 1 liter worth of bottle, actually 1.5 liter worth of bottle in the door guard, some more storage on the sides. There's this wireless charger where you can put stuff. There are also these 2 flexible cup holders which are given, but then yeah, one of it is in the way, because when you put one of the cups in here and then yeah, you're gonna shift it, yeah, it comes all in the way. There's also this center storage in which you can put like 4.5 liter worth of bottle. There's also this glove box which is decently sized. Even on the passenger side you have decent amount of space that you can utilize, and there's no sunroof in here, but there's an SOS button that has been given for the emergency purposes. And there are also these red color carpets with the Type R badging in here in the front, both seats, even out here, and even in the back for the rear passenger. When I come to that, you get red color seat belts in here. And in terms of the seats, in the front you get these sporty seats with the cutout in here. The headrests are fixed and the seats are perforated, and they are again the suede material that you get on this one. There's a bit of an opening in here, so that yeah, these are for both your legs here. And there are these perforated, but it's only for the design purposes, not heated or the cooled seats. And there's also a Type R badging embossed on the headrest, and these driver and the passenger side seats are both manually adjustable, and also there's no lumbar control on this one. But in the back, when you see these seats, yeah, one of it is dropped down because I did the boot test. So in the back you get the black color seats. So let's jump in the back and show you how's it looking in the rear seats. Now out here in the rear you get these red color carpets even in the back, and this tunnel that has been given, again that's also covered in the red color carpet. But the seats are all in black, but the same fabric, which is your suede material with the red color stitching. There is no armrest or anything, but a couple of headrests that are given, and they are also the fixed headrest in here. And weirdly, there is no center seat. Instead there are these 2 cup holders which are mounted on the floor itself. So these are the free ones, not the flexible ones. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing, because if you put the drink here and then if it spills, it might go into these seats for some reason. Yeah, it's been given in here. There's also red color stitching on these seats, and there's also a Type R badging in the back of the front seats. So there is no rear air conditioning vent or anything. Yeah, and there is no USB port in here, but there are these 2 slots from where you can see some of the stuff that is going on in the front, or can see between these 2 seats. Even in the rear door cards there is plastic material that has been given, and the switch is again plastic where are going to be resting hands. That's all soft suede kind of material. At the bottom just normal plastic. And overall, when you sit in here into these seats, these are again pretty comfortable because they are fabric seats. And one more good thing is, because they are fabric, these are not going to get too hot in the summer. So again, that will help you not get your bottoms burned. And again, also in the back you get these red color seat belts given on either side, but essentially you can sit 2 people in the back and 2 people in the front on this Civic Type R. So that's pretty much it for this video, and that was Chris, by the way, who's gotten this car for us to see and have a look. Thank you for doing that. Do you like this car?
Yes. Would I buy one? No.
Interesting choice. I mean, yeah, nonetheless, for what it is, off the camera I've driven it, and it's actually a fabulous thing. And there is also a rev match on this car, and that works quite well, especially if you're going to track this car a lot. Now Chris has to go and he's going to drive this car off, but what are my thoughts in terms of this car? As I mentioned, yes, in terms of the pricing, this car starts in at 199,000 dirhams and goes all the way to 216,000 dirhams. Yeah, it's a bit of an enthusiast car. If you know your cars well, you're definitely gonna like this car because A, it is manual, it's got a good engine, it's got the rev matching that you get on this one, and especially if you're gonna track it, this car is such a nice one. And then yeah, you get those 3 exhaust tips in the back, and then it's Chris driving off. So yes, it's more of a very focused group of cars. So if you know your manuals, you're gonna love this car. But otherwise, yes, it's definitely a car to look out for, and it's more of a collector's car in the modern day. Anyways, that is pretty much it for this video. Give this video a thumbs up and thank you for watching this video. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, then you can click here, and if you want to watch more videos, then click here. I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care and stay safe. भाई लेके जाओ भाई.